And welcome back to FF2M coverage here at the Autodromo do Estoril circuit in Casais, Portugal, for this time the sprint race for FF2M. I am of course your FF2M commentator Joseph Willows, and as mentioned we will be commentating the sprint race this time around for FF2M. No pit stops as before, it's just a simple sprint to the finish. Yesterday's feature race saw Esteban Ocon take the first victory of 2014, ensuring that we have 3 different winners in 2014 so far, with Asuki Yoshida, Thomas Gonzalez and Esteban Ocon being the winners, and of course we've had 3 different teams currently win this season. Will we have a 4th different winner today in the sprint race? Only time will tell. Of course yesterday we had quite a massive accident which involved Sergei Sorokin rolling over his car. Thankfully he is okay as he is taking part in the sprint race, but of course it was a very nasty accident for the Russian indeed. Hopefully we don't see accidents like that today. As you can see, another view of the track for anybody who needs a reminding, and also for anyone who needs a reminding, we are using the 1993 version of Estoril, as for some reason I don't believe there is a chicane version on Grand Prix 4 of Estoril, which I find very strange to be quite frank with you, but it is what it is. It is a better version of Estoril, I must admit, even if the safety isn't quite up to modern day standards. 16 laps of action we will have in the sprint race around this 4.36 kilometre track, and hopefully it will be a very exciting race indeed as we get a great view, as we did yesterday, of the run down towards turn 1 in a very, very sunny Estoril circuit. So here is the grid then for the sprint race here at Estoril. As I've mentioned, the top 8 are reversed, so it's Max Verstappen who takes pole position with Charles Pic alongside him in 2nd. Alexander Rossi is in 3rd with Antonio Felix da Costa 4th. Thomas Gonzalez is 5th with Marcus Ericsson in 6th. Fabio Lima 7th with yesterday's winner Esteban Ocon in 8th. Felipe Nasr will start in 9th with Stoffel Van Dorn a row behind his teammate in 10th. Max Chilton is 11th with teammate Benjamin Pryor alongside him in 12th. Naoki Yamamoto 13th, Nicholas Latifi 14th. Pierre Gasly will start 15th with Daniel Kvyat in 16th. Will Stevens 17th. Asuki Yoshida a disappointing 18th with Cooper Lee in 19th. Sergei Sorokin in 20th. Pascal Wehrlein in 21st. And Gento Chi rounding out the grid for AJ Motorsport. So there is the grid then for the sprint race here at Estoril. Hopefully we'll have a very exciting 16 laps of action coming your way around this glorious racetrack. And will we have a 4th different winner? Only time will tell, of course. Max Verstappen, of course, yet to win a race, so is Charles Pic. So probably a strong opportunity that we will. But we're now on the grid as the 5 lights are now on. And the sprint race here at Estoril is underway, and it seems to be a very good start for Pic. He seemed to get a better start than what Max Verstappen did as we head down towards the first corner. Will the Frenchman get the job on the Dutchman? I think he already has as they make their way down towards the first corner, and Pic does take the lead. So Charles Pic leads the sprint race here at Estoril. So far, a very clean start so far, unlike what we saw yesterday as they make their way up towards the right-hander. And unlike yesterday, well, I say that because there's now a bit of a crash in the background. There's cars going off all over the place. Naoki Yamamoto is off, and that is Max Chilton is off as well for STV Racing. We also saw, I think, Stoffel Van Dorn going to the gravel as well. Felipe Nasr has gone off of the track as well, and there's a replay. A big punt from behind, and well, a concertina effect happened down at the 3rd corner. We now ride on board with one of the Spaniel cars. I believe this is Thomas Gonzalez. Yes, it is. He's now going on the inside of Max Verstappen. Can he get the move done on the teenage Dutchman? Is this going to be P2 for the Argentine? And yes, it is. Up into 2nd place goes Thomas Gonzalez. Now can he set his sights on Charles Pic in front? We now look at Fabio Lima in the other Spaniel, currently in 4th, but he's gone wide. He's gone onto the gravel, and oh, there's contact with Da Costa, and unfortunately for Fabio Lima, he is out. Da Costa, a passenger in that. Here's a replay. Looked like the momentum took Lima with him there, and as a result, Lima is out of the race, and Da Costa has to pit for a new front wing. So just see him now, and in fact he holds up Rossi as a result, and now 2 cars go storming past. That is, of course, the 2 Willows cars of Van Dorn and Ocon who make their way through, as of course the 2 other cars as well that have gone in front. One of them is Pryor, and another one is one of the AJ cars. I'm going to presume that's Yoshida. It is Yoshida. As meantime, more cars, and off goes one of the Willows. It looks like Ericsson's taken one of them out. It's yesterday's winner. Esteban Ocon is off the track. He's very lucky not to roll that car, and Ocon is now towards the back of the field. Here is a replay. You just seen it there. Ocon very lucky not to get tipped there by Marcus Ericsson. And well, carnage already in the sprint races. Now we look at Ericsson, speaking of which, he's going down the inside of Pryor, and that's P5 for the Swedish Yoshida, having to fend off from Rossi there in their little battle for 7th place. They've also got, I believe, that is I can't quite tell who that is. It's either Gasly or his teammate. I'm not 100% sure. There's a big lock up there for Ericsson, and it allows Pryor to get back up into 5th position. And now Yoshida finds himself on the backside of the Swede right now, as Rossi still trying to take Cooper Lee, who, unseen by the cameras, has actually got past Alexander Rossi. So he gets himself up into 8th position. But of course, the top 6 only get points in the sprint race. So far, not the points playing positions for the Australian. There's a contact between Kvyat and one of the Lavazza cars. I believe that might be Latifi. And it is Latifi. Latifi is out of the race. Is Kvyat also out as well? I can't quite tell if he's got damage. No, Kvyat's able to get going again, and very lucky not to beach the car, but that's going to be very costly for the Russian indeed, as now we've got another car off, and he's going to slam into the wall, and that is a huge crash there, and that is race over for... I couldn't quite tell who that was, unfortunately, as Yoshida now then on the back of Marcus Ericsson as they fight it out for 6th position, and there's contact there, and Yoshida goes around. Yoshida is into the gravel, and unfortunately, that's not good news for him, as we now look at Cooper Lee now then on the inside of Marcus Ericsson. There's a yellow flag there, but of course, the yellow flag rules don't really matter in this series, and Cooper Lee gets himself up into 6th position, passing Marcus Ericsson in the process there. As meantime, we've got a lock up off the track we go, and that is damage on the rear there for one. I believe that might be Felipe Nasr that's gone off there, as now we look at contact there between Van Dorn and Pryor. Pryor has gone for a spin, so that's the second car who's gone off down at that left-hander there, and Pryor, luckily, still in the top 8, but unfortunately he's out of the points as a result. Now we've got a battle for the lead going on between Shelpick and Thomas Gonzalez. And of course, that was Felipe Nasr that went off a little bit earlier, because of course Pick is leading this race, but it might not be for longer, as Gonzalez is looking to try and get his second victory of the season if he can. The Argentine gets on the inside of Shelpick. Is this going to be the lead for the Argentine to make the way down towards the first corner on the track? And he does it. Gonzalez takes the lead of the sprint race here at Estoril. Can he make it 2 wins out of 2 sprint race wins for Thomas Gonzalez as they make their way through the corner? But Pick isn't finished yet. Pick trying to get back at Gonzalez if he can. Can he get him round the outside into this left-hander? If he's got enough grit, he might be able to, but Gonzalez is just able to hold off this time by. This battle for the lead is clearly not over yet between the pair of them. As we look at the recovering Esteban Ocon now, he's trying to make his way up through the field. Is he going to take P11? From, I believe this is Sergei Sorokin. He's trying to make the move, and yes, he will. He's up into P11. Goes Esteban Ocon in the Willows racing car, but he'll obviously be disappointed. And now Chilton is going to follow suit as well. Chilton gets on the inside of Sorokin. Is this going to be P12 for Chilton? And yes, it is. Up into P12 goes the Brit there then, as they make their way through out of turn 2. Now Ocon trying to get himself into the top 10. He's now on the inside of, I believe this is this Pierre Gasly? He's on the inside, down the inside, and yes it is. He gets up into P10. It was Gasly, it was his fellow compatriot, and he gets himself up into P10. But here is Thomas Gonzalez, who rounds the final corner, and Thomas Gonzalez makes it 2 sprint race wins out of 2 in 2014. Thomas Gonzalez wins the sprint race here at Estoril, and a deserved win indeed for the Argentine. Here is the full results then of the sprint race here in Estoril. Thomas Gonzalez takes the victory with Shelpick in 2nd. Max Verstappen rounds off the podium in 3rd. Cooper Lee in 4th, with Stoffel Van Dorn in 5th. Marcus Ericsson rounds out the points in 6th, with Alexander Rossi in 7th. Benjamin Pryor in 8th. Genjo Chi in 9th, with Esteban Ocon in 10th. Pierre Gasly 11th. Antonio Felix da Costa in 12th. Max Chilton 13th. Sergei Sorokin in 14th, with Pascal Wehrlein in 15th. Daniel Kvyat in 16th position, with Will Stevens in 17th, Asuki Yoshida 18th, Felipe Nasr in 19th position, with Nicholas Latifi, Naoki Yamamoto and Fabio Leiner the only retirements of the sprint race here at Estoril here today, as Cooper Lee, in fact, no, not Cooper Lee, Shelpick, sorry, setting the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 17.382 for Gajera. My apologies there. But now we're going to take a look at the drivers and the teams championships after Estoril. So as you can see, Thomas Gonzalez increases his lead at the top to 8 points ahead of Esteban Ocon in 2nd, with Cooper Lee 3rd, Fabio Leiner 4th, with Asuki Yoshida in 5th. Shelpick and Max Verstappen are tied for 6th position, with Gencho Chi in 8th, Marcus Ericsson 9th, Stoffel Van Dorn 10th, Antonio Felix da Costa in 11th, and Alexander Rossi, the last driver to have points, in 12th position, with Benjamin Pryor downwards, still to score a point. Well, I say all to score a point, apart from, of course, Jolyon Palmer, who, of course, is obviously not taking part for the remainder of the season. I think I did accidentally say his name during this race instead of Benjamin Pryor, so I do apologise for that. But anyway, in the Teams Championship, as you can see, Spaniel now have quite a healthy lead at the top. They are now 16 points clear of Willows Racing, who are in second. AJ Motorsport are in third, with LM Racing in fourth, Liquid Target in fifth, Gajera Autosport in sixth, with Shake and Bake Jr. seventh, and Danish Racing the last team to have points in eighth, with STV Racing, GRM Jr. and Horizon F2, the only three teams yet to score a point this season in FF2M. So there you have it then, guys. That has been it from FF2M here at Estoril. A very exciting 2 races indeed, and hopefully we will have more during the season. But I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Next time out for FF2M, we'll be on the famous streets of Monaco for the feature and sprint races at the Circuit de Monaco, which will obviously be the feeder race for the Monaco Grand Prix for FF1M. But I hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you do, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more. I have been Joseph Willows, and I will see you very, very soon for more FF2M coverage at Monaco.